Share it with your mama.
I still have to take that though.
I already did it. Cause that's the way I like it. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
I ain't say nothing, baby.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Okay, man.
Negro.
Okay, man.
Negro. Those are flavors
I know, baby, but
those kind you want, right?
yes, baby.
Okay.
Thank you.
See? That's what I was looking for.
Yeah. Yep.
Got the whole fucking cookie I'm put on there. Yeah. Whole cookie. I took over cookie, half the whole cookie. I need a pot. Let's keep her to chill out.
How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end.
Bless you. You sit, stop moving. You stop, sit. Shark. Yeah, sleeper. Oh, he's talking about the zebra? You, okay. You're a zebra? No.
Happy roll.
I love you too. Not right on the wall. Harley does not right on the wall. Harley does not right on the wall. You do not want those chips.
Oppie, cheese. Chips. Yeah, chips. Boo. Boo boo.
No, mommy didn't do that. I know she wasn't even like it up.
I don't think you touched that or you didn't.
I eat chips. I eat chips.
Those are your chips, Harley. Chips, your chips.
Chips.
No, that's not chips, Harley.
That's chips.
That is not chips, that's dip. That's yours. It's not chips, Harley.
You can't which one? We throw my phone.
And then
Boop, 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 yeah.
and then me throw this one.
Hit you with the deuce.
Asia.
Hit you with the 1-2s. Or the 1-2s. So you gonna make me crash into the TV? So aggressive. Gonna make me crash into the TV.
Your chips are
You want a snack? You want a snack? For real? I give you a snack. Sit back. Sit down.
Sit.
That's your snack. You forget what you like to eat. Put it in the mouth.
put the notes inside the package so she don't touch them. Oh, this one's so good. Yes, it's purple. It's purple.
Welcome to BioMutant.
Ooh. That thing hit off the back end. This might be a creepy game for Harley to watch. I know.
Game.
He's playing, I think he's doing 3 scary games. This movie did, the growth of his movie that he did way more than he paid for.
I thought I heard that.
Good clock.
The sands of time will never run out here. Get a grip. Getting dark soon.
And that's all the kind of snuff you need right now.
Got it. Smooth.
Smack me up. Like that.
I want to kick again. Okay.
You could just disappear
Da,
here,
da, da.
and no one would know.
Okay, but that's okay. I just have to click properly.
Eating your Oreo?
Oh, you're good.
Good Oreo?
Wait, it's not working.
Why?
It was working, but it's not working. Make me look like a fool. No.
I don't know.
Oh.
That's a weird mixture. That's a weird combination. Too weird for mom. Mommy didn't eat too weird when I was pregnant with you. Don't you dare put your fingertips in my food.
Right.
Don't
Anything.
put her fingers in my food.
You don't put fingers in mommy's food. You don't put fingers in other people's food, bro. You do not do that, baby. You do not do that.
Stop moving like legs. It's very nice. The door. The chair. I was almost out.
What? You don't put fingers in mommy's food. Why you don't put fingers in mommy's food?
Made it count. Flash the slash. Sharp steel.
You think you're smart? I do think you're pretty smart, actually. You're pretty clever. I think teach you some manners at that. I'd like to see you try. I might as well be an extracorporeal being. Thank you, Guardian Angel. Sometimes it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm sure that's a clue.
You do this every time.
Yes, very good. Interesting.
You know, you do it every time. No.
That's cute.
You're trying.
Bad. One, two, three.
When you wash your
Something
eat
else like
while
this
you eat.
bad thing in the fridge.
Yeah. That's what the hell we do now.
So what about you? Wait, I have no, get away from me. No, get. Can I observe the cheese? Okay. Can I get this? Yes, so. Maybe I should do some jobs.
Hey,
I thank you.
you relax.
Why did you do that? Why oh. Light's already on. Eat that. Oh, I guess I could go up and chill out. No, let's hold on. Yeah, it's a little smoothie. What if I pour coffee on that thing? Nope, that did nothing. There must be a reason to get something else. And then come back. Maybe I need to get a cup or something and put the coffee in. I think.
There's some bouncy rubber scrap over there. You can make something from that.
Right, I guess it's your turn. Hello there. Adore. Sure wish I could deselect the cheese. Oh, hi. How are you? I'd rather not bother him. I would. He's sleeping. Some cheese. Side of the mouth. Oh. Yeah, you there, bitch.
Mommy is not done.
No.
She still got enough in there.
Oh, yeah, mommy's not done. What are you doing? Where are you going?
American Military University popped up at the
Off the bed? No,
different channels.
most definitely not.
Wanted to have something I was passionate about, and I was going to be able to live up to what I was doing. Even now that I'm out of college, I do get to use my degree every day. Walking into this gym, this gives me an opportunity to sit down face to face with people and help them achieve their goals. I'm Bobby, and I'm named What's Next.
I vape, but I don't like need to vape, you know? I only do when my friends do it, or on the
No.
weekends. I don't know. I don't like what people think about it.
It's getting lighter out.
Whoa, hi, Tulip Bullet. And your daughter. I need Super Glue, Walmart Express whatever you can get you. Or Dairy. That's a lot of Super Glue. That's concerned. Oh, hey, you did it. Oh, okay, after you're done. I don't know why that, it says please hold. You can't hold it. That'll level you up. Hey, what's up? Are you dense? It literally says, can you not read? I cannot. Say yes, I cannot read. Yes? Start acting like, no, I can't read. It's a good thing I have a mouth to yell at you before. It doesn't make any logical sense. Ask if you can be less mean.
Stop it.
I can be
You stop it. Don't do that.
maybe act less careless.
Do not pour that milk out.
Ask if he's supposed to be helpful. Glad you asked. My name is Tim. My mother told me I should help those who needed guidance. So do you need any help? Let's see. I have no idea what's going on. You and me both, pal. I was stolen off my mom's lawn by Henry. Next thing I know, I'm in the forest near the house. You weirdos do this. No offense. Let's see. Henry? Who's Henry? That strange lizard wrapped in fur with him. I'm surprised you don't know his name by now. He smacked you in the head a couple of times from what I've seen. Does your memory do okay? Not really. That's a shame. Hopefully it'll all come back to you. Thanks. That's for a tip. I need a tip. I can hear something strange coming from the bathroom. Someone probably forgot to flush it. Gross. Okay, goodbye. I'm going now. You know where to find me. It's disappeared. What? Oh. Interesting. Hello? Hello? Hi. Is this the bathroom? It is. Oh. Uh-huh. Hi. Obtain the plum. Uh-huh. Hold on to it, then. Don't. Jeez. Oh, please. It's cold. Yeah. Uh-huh. Plum? What the fuck is that? Hello, animal. Who are you?
The
Oh,
world is
this is
awake.
wicked hot this time. Say, do you want to go on an adventure, kid? No. No. What kind of adventure? One that'll get you out of here, though. Alright. Yeah, I'd like to. Sure, it's gonna be that. Excellent! All I need is the password. Here's an index card. Huh? Password. That's correct. Really? No. Come back when you know the password. Radio. Strange. What is? Nothing? Maybe some cheese in it? Maybe.
The fact that you didn't like all them regular parties.
Fine. Judgment. Okie dokie then. There's the door. Weird. Lock. I don't want to splinter. Hello again. Password set. I just know there's someone who knows the password. Sure you checked around your room? I'd like to hide where you least suspect it. Oh, that's convenient enough for you. The cheese. Actually, that's nice of you. You know, I think this place has an infestation problem. It's a little old-fashioned. You can lure them out, maybe do something. Gross to watch. Yeah, I get it. That makes a lot of sense. The cheese makes a lot of sense.
What you want?
Huh?
What you want?
Fun.
What you want?
Cheese.
What you want? Tell me what you want.
Not touching that with my hands. Squall.
So tell me what you want. What you really
Oh,
want?
look, money, I think. Ka-ching.
You know you
Nothing
have
in
money.
there.
You don't go to work tomorrow.
I don't want the cheese anymore. Why
What
not?
my dad man?
I said you know he don't know. That's why you parked the car
Alright.
out the way.
No way I can go back through there. Rhonda. Oh, God. Why was I not able to look at that before? Yeah, there's something wrong with that. That is not right. Pretty sure I can tell that. This was... Oh, my God. Hi? Who are you? Oh, the bank. Okay, why are you here? Why are you behind my drone? That's funny. What are you behind? Oh, you guys. That was the point? Okay. Okay. Bye. Creepy. Yeah, a little bit.
I guess I
Bye.
just
Good
now
baby,
wait
go.
for it. What the
Chill.
fuck?
What do you mean? What the hell? What? Hey, kid. You know how to defend yourself, right? Huh? No, I was not expecting this. That's okay. Don't freak out. So you got a mouse, right? You can right-click the block. An enemy can attack you from different directions.
Oh,
Stay
you got very
alert.
mature.
Avoid them.
You got very mature, G.
Okay? Eventually, every enemy will die. You
I'm
just
not
have to
talking
pull the
about
trigger when the time's right. And
that.
aim for where it counts. All I know when I spit that is the hours, okay? So don't go flinging your fists like that. Thank you. You'll tire yourself out.
Bro, we went freaky last night, girl.
Where's my enemy? You're asking too many questions, kid. Can't stall any longer. Look at that. Okay. Oh my God.
Hey, he done.
Oh, I missed it. Pause.
He finna get a lot. whole damn nurse.
Oh, I don't go last name.
My coworker. She an anime nerd.
Okay, alright.
I mean a full-on nerd. Look at this shit. She just sent me this. Alright, now I'm gonna zoom in. That's the Joji. Right? That's supposed to be the invisible man, I'm guessing. That's Batman. I don't know who, I think that's Blue Beetle. And I think that's Robin. Playing some damn basketball. Make it make sense.
Got you. Got him. Not today. Ow. 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 Oh my god. Why are you so fast? Great job getting here, that's the ball. There's bound to be more problems to go. I'll be in the hallway if you need me. Get clapped. Wow. That's what happens when you catch these hands. Sure is. Nope. Already beat it to a pulp. Bye. God. Alright, good. Well, I'm glad. Actually. I don't need to. I know Cheshire.
You relax. Stop it.
Harley.
Stop all the wine. You know how to talk. Milk. I can't be uncomfortable if you just trying to get comfortable. Careful.
Second entry. I know. Harley now.
Harley, bro. Now you wildin'.
Oh my god, they have a song for everything? Right? Who's your partner now? Brown. Right. What are you working on? Just a passion project on the side. On the side? Right, I used to get paid by a variety of characters for different jobs. Reanimate dead family members, attach multiple limbs, make a new pet out, spare flesh. I can do it all. You can think of me as a three-wing surgeon. Ask if they make Clocky. Did you make Clocky? Yes, I did. It likes to watch, doesn't it? I killed him. That's nice. You're not mad? Dead, alive, he'll revive. It's all the same. Interchangeable states of being. Clocky fulfilled their purpose. You will do something. Cool. Do you live here? Behind the walls is relative. This place shifts every now and then, like this. I may be here now, but I could be above the ceiling of the next floor at any moment. You're very creepy. Aren't we all? Not all of us. Let's see. You're all those. Okay, bye. Nice talking to you. Likewise. Thanks.
But she ain't look a little weird. No, I don't watch that. Who's running that loud? The 4 or the 5? Here, more next to the fan though. Not even here before, right?
What's that sound?
Did you know the prototype might actually lose today? And the reason is crazier than you think. The prototype is the most powerful experiment in the entire factory. Every toy seems terrified of him, but Joey might be different. Before they explode,
Joey wasn't.
his video is subscribed.
Joey is different.
Did you know he has actual toys?
Yes.
Prototypes moving
Yes.
slowly and stealing parts from repeating experiments. That tube keeps getting stronger. Each one isn't built like the others. He can stretch. He can reshape his body. He can rebuild himself after taking damage. Which means there's one huge problem. If Joey can't truly be taken apart, then the prototype might be facing the first experiment he can't collect. And for the first time, he could actually lose. Did you know the prototype might actually lose to Joey? But I wanted to see what happened to Fredbear once these things really filled up. Compromise.
What?
How do you relax?
You gonna push yourself off the way? Get in the way. I don't care if you look at me like that. You're gonna get up the blanket anyway. Because you get too hard.
Yeah, you can't get out of there. Where's he going? What are you doing? Perfect.
You don't need that much blanket. Make daddy coffee. You're doing too much. You don't need that much blanket. Who you rolling your eyes at?
Maybe she's going to sleep.
No, she was just rolling her eyes in when I told her she don't need that much blanket again.
She was going to sleep.
You ain't see her roll her eyes.
I saw her. I was looking right at her.
But I wanted to see what happened to Fredbear. This boy suddenly noticed that whenever he ate, a blinking number would appear before his eyes. Even more strangely, it only appeared when he ate his mother's cooking, and the number kept getting smaller. His father seemed to know everything. He told Xiaoming the secret behind the number. When it reached 0, his mother would die. Xiaoming couldn't accept it, but his father told him that this was his fate. However, fate could be changed. From then on, Xiaoming refused to eat his mother's cooking. He wouldn't even touch the lunch that she prepared. Later, he always found excuses to avoid eating at home. To change the fate his father described, Xiaoming worked hard and got into a university in Seoul. Seoul was in the northwest, while Busan was in the southeast. They were so far apart that he might only see his mother a few times a year. Now he could finally protect her, right? The day before leaving home, he ate his mother's cooking properly. The blinking number stopped at 138. Years passed in the blink of an eye. Xiaoming was now working in Seoul and had a wonderful girlfriend. One day, at a company dinner, Xiaoming got completely drunk again. After returning home, he opened the fridge. Inside was a meal prepared by Lee. His phone was filled with her caring messages, but the moment he opened the lunchbox, a sharp pain suddenly hit his stomach, and he collapsed to the floor. He went to the hospital alone. The doctor first asked about his family history. His father had died of stomach cancer when Xiaoming was born. The doctor then asked about his job. He worked for a liquor sales company, so he trained frequently for work. Everything pointed to one diagnosis, stomach cancer. Perhaps after he died, the endless countdown would disappear too. Then he wouldn't have to worry about his mother anymore. Xiaoming quit his job and returned alone to his hometown in Busan. This time, he freely ate his mother's cooking. She made his favorite beef and radish soup. He devoured it without hesitation. As expected, the number appeared again, but now he no longer cared. Lian, who had always worried about him, eventually learned from Xiaoming's coworker that he had cancer. She called his mother and tearfully told her the terrible news. His mother collapsed in shock. Flowers were blooming beautifully along the roadside, bright and colorful, but Xiaoming's life was withering away. The countdown had dropped to single digits. The sunset shone through the window onto Xiaoming's exhausted face. His mother quietly watched him as if watching his life slowly fade away, yet she could do nothing. The day before surgery, his mother made his favorite beef and radish soup. After taking one bite, he saw the number change from 2 to 1, just as expected. On the day of surgery, his mother forced a smile and encouraged him. When Xiaoming was pushed into the operating room, she could no longer hold back her tears. She was terrified that the surgery would fail and
doing too much.
Harley, relax and go to sleep.
You don't need to keep touching my face. I'm right here. Then go over there.
He was lucky he had survived such a dangerous operation. After recovering and returning home, Xiaoming and Lian made beef and radish soup for his mother. Before she started eating, Xiaoming stopped her. He wasn't ready yet. He gently closed his eyes. His father's words appeared in his mind. Fate can be changed. Once he was ready, Xiaoming signaled his mother to eat. As she ate the food he had prepared, he slowly opened his eyes and looked at the wall behind him. Sure enough, the number 1 appeared, but then it slowly changed to 0.
This guy thought regular chlorine was way too expensive, so he tried something completely different. He covered his entire room using over 100,000 pennies. First, the floors prepped and a strong layer of glue spread evenly across the surface. Then, each penny is placed one by one, starting from the corner and working outward. It takes patience and precision to keep everything aligned and tightly packed. The good placement makes the entire floor look clean and professional. The most satisfying part comes next. Once the surface is fully covered, a big layer of epoxy is poured over the top, sealing everything in place and creating a glossy glass-like finish. If you want to try this yourself, there's something you really need to know. Epoxy takes at least 72 hours to fully cure, and during that time, it can't stay on it and fall. Plus, the added weight, over 200 pounds, means the structure underneath needs to be strong enough to support it. So, do you think it's expensive or actually a bargain? Ever seen a floor made entirely of...
But I don't want the needles to be too big. What do you think?
Your Honor, for real, I'm perfectly satisfied with what I'll be the judge. I shall. Is that a brick? Is that an invisible brick? There's no way I'm picking up now. Pick up this thing on up. Turn it in and send it.
Oh, that's a perfect mirror cake right there.
That's not real. Come on now. We know about AI. This was voted way before AI time, and I'll do it from there. It's not real, Karen, you silly little soldier. Oh my. That's how to make my skin feel look massive. And where are you going, sir? Oh,
That's what you
you
do.
clear the windows. At least I can see what's down there. I'm so
Oh, I
big
forgot
on
to
the back
change
of the
that.
boiling water. Be careful! I need to get how these chemicals used it. Oh my god, I don't want to eat into that. That's a shame. That is gorgeous. Guys, is this place real, by the way? Because I just don't believe what's on the internet. What kind of lake has icing all about now? Go in. Go in.
Put her touch it too.
Oh
I didn't even touch it.
Your Honor, for real, I'm perfectly satisfied with
Let
what
her
I'll be
sleep.
the judge.
Let
I
her
shall.
sleep.
Is that a brick? Is that an invisible brick? There's no way I'm picking up now. Pick up this thing on up. Oh, just turn it in and send it. The way it's starting in its color. That's not real. Come on now. We know about AI. This was voted way before AI time, and I'll do it from there. It's not real, Karen, you silly little soldier. Oh my god. That's how to make my skin feel look massive. And where are you going, sir?
Oh, good hush. You was all up in my spot,
At least I can
and
see
I was
what's
trying
down
to
there.
move you. Hush.
So on the back of the boiling water. Be careful!
You don't do this. Get your ass in the
Come on,
bed.
little buddy. Let's go watch some TV.
Good hush.
Oh my god, I'm so being attacked by the shrimp. That is gorgeous. Guys, is this place real, by the way?
Lay down then. I tell you every day, I'm right here. I ain't going nowhere. Get your hand off my face. You know what I feel like. Stop it.
Harley, you stop today. Relax and go to sleep.
Put some plastic shit in there on. I be understanding why people, they charge so much because it do cost a lot to make their own shit.
By 2032, human technology had advanced to the point where gaming devices offered an experience indistinguishable from the real world. A young man made a living by playing games and crafting gear for other players. One day, he suddenly needed to use the restroom, so he asked his sister, Emily, the top-tier gamer, to take over. As soon as she put on the headset, she found herself inside the game world and was immediately thrust into a shootout. Thanks to her exceptional skills, she easily led her team to victory and earned a cool $1,000. Just then, her brother returned. Tossing the gaming device back to him, Emily remarked that he should give up this gimmickry and find a real job. She then left for her own workplace. That evening, she received a mysterious delivery, a new type of gaming device sent to her brother by an unknown company. Her brother explained that it featured brain interfacing technology and offered the chance to earn significant sums of money. The prospect of earning money changed Emily's mind. With her brother's help, she put on the headset and entered the gaming world. The game felt so incredibly real that, while riding a bike, she could even see realistic arrow markers on the ground. Suddenly, the voice of an unknown woman began echoing in her mind. The voice guided her to the game's version of Buckingham Palace. Emily expected to face another battle there, but that wasn't the case. Instead, she was tasked with taking a beautiful woman home. Had her brother received this task, he never would have succeeded, but Emily knew exactly how to charm women. She struck up a conversation and persuaded the woman to join her in her car, a Rolls Royce. However, the moment they sat in the car, the woman began kissing her. That was when Emily remembered the medication in her trouser pocket, something the voice in her head had hinted at earlier. She held the substance near the woman's nose. The very next moment, the woman lost consciousness. The robot driver sensed something was amiss, but Emily had already overpowered him. After a fierce struggle, Emily eliminated the driver and, following the directions provided, steered the Rolls Royce into an alley. Suddenly, the wall vanished, revealing the very woman whose voice Emily had been hearing in the night. During their conversation, Emily learned that Black Widow was merely an NPC within the game world, yet she knew that Emily hailed from the real world. They were deeply impressed by each other, but just then, the mission ended, and Emily was forced to exit the game. Emily was stunned by the incredibly realistic gaming experience. Her brother, however, was even more delighted. Thanks to Emily's stellar performance, the gaming company had transferred a substantial sum of money to them, enough to comfortably cover their expenses for 3 or 4 months. By 2032, human technology...
Cool, right?
Very real. So expensive. And what I did want to show you, but I wanted to still be a fairy ring. So I think it's going to be right. Yoink. This is the dream tool of Miracle, or Madonna. And as you can see, I still make stuff that I wanted. It is not finished. And see some of the delightful green spores on its middle. Tonito. Okay, Jimmy, pink label, crackly brown in the middle, green spore. Oh my Ringo. I guess I was walking in the fairy circle though, because to show you what it looks. Okay, Marco is what's next to where are you going? You gotta see the big bull. Now this is my God, Tony the Hunter. Very real.
So walking back from the focus, sizzling hot oil splashed on his finger instantly turned him into a frying skillet. Bikini Bottom held its annual parade. Mr. Krabs stood atop the KOF burger truck, only to be ambushed by bugs with the outcome was unimaginable. That day, a lazy fish posted fire. When suddenly startled by Mr. Krabs' anger, he flung the fire right into Mr. Krabs' face. Turns out Bikini Bottom's having a big parade tomorrow. Upon hearing this, Mr. Krabs hastily tore down the postage and inspected. SpongeBob thought this was a great chance for publicity, but they had to build a parade for. Just then, Swyper walked out to perform a for Mr. Krabs quickly accepted, ordering Swyper to let SpongeBob build the boat.
Well, no, I gave her a couple of drops.
Mr. Krabs' imagination was the fullest. Hearing this, he worked his Swyper brighter, but when he learned the budget was $0, his happy face fell right back down.
I've been divorced 13 times. Now I've just married my 14th husband, and we're about to leave for our honeymoon. My new husband was a scientist, but early that day, he received a creepy letter made from powerfully spoken evidence. It warned that someone was planning to kill him, so he went to a detective, hoping to hire him to find out who was after me. But the detective turned him down without a second thought. In his eyes, I'd already been married 13 times, and this man was husband number 13. If something happened to him, wouldn't I be the obvious suspect? But my husband loved me with all his heart, no matter what anyone said. He refused to believe I would ever hurt him. In Until then, my husband had to wait to make things done. Without any warning, I grabbed the detective's arm and gently lit it, but I didn't inject any venom. Instead, I told him to prepare the python I had just left with the one on my husband's head. I knew the murder person who killed my husband was me. The detective returned to the crime scene once again, but what happened next was beyond anything I could have imagined.
These are much of mosquito larvae. If we leave them alone, they'll soon emerge and turn into mosquitoes. This is a bottle of lubricating oil, and it's extremely slippery. So what happens if we throw these mosquito larvae into the oil? No more talking. First, let's pour the lubricating oil into our observation chamber. Then, using a dropper, we'll put the larvae directly into the oil. As soon as the larvae enter the oil, they sink straight to the bottom. With limited space to survive, they immediately start wriggling like crazy. Let's throw in another batch. The second batch brings in some water, so the bottom of the oil isn't quite as crowded anymore. But the larvae need to reach the water surface to breathe air, so they start wriggling even harder. Now let's add a third batch. The larvae suddenly have more room to move, and they seem unusually excited. They start violently pushing against the boundary between the water and the oil, desperately trying to break through the oil's barrier. But after struggling for a while, they quickly run out of energy. Finally, let's collect all the remaining larvae and throw them into the lubricating oil flux. This time, the huge army of larvae brings in a large amount of water. The little guys become lively again. And now the bottom is extremely crowded. The larvae start bumping into each other from every direction. All right, let's remove the water. Now they can get even closer together. The water at the bottom of the lubricating oil is completely gone. The larvae are instantly stunned. They look like they've been transported to another world. Without access to oxygen, they can no longer develop into mosquitoes. So the larvae can only keep desperately wriggling, making the oil increasingly cloudy. After about half a day, all the larvae are gone. The lubricating oil has completely taken effect. Looks like we've discovered another little trick for getting rid of mosquitoes today.
Grace, I just bought that for you. What are you doing? Give it to me. Let me see what I can do with it.
Press move and kill where there's still acid.
I'm not wearing these stupid shorts anymore. Everyone's making fun of me.
A denim tie!
Oh, come on.
Starving, wasn't it?
Leftover parfait.
It's even worse than it sounds. Worms will be out with that fridge, and if it doesn't actually have something wrong with it, it's thrown in the cache on the server room. Did we have spaghetti or Chinese food first?
Neither. Ah, don't pity.
Sunday, Saturday, Friday. If Friday happened, fifth level of this week's leftover parfait is last week's leftover parfait.
Grace, I just bought that for you. What are you doing?
The woman feigned deep sleep only after her husband had drifted into a heavy slumber, and she slowly moved his arm away. After confirming he was still asleep and the sedative had taken effect, she went to the bathroom to pour out the remaining liquid in the glass and adjusted the surveillance camera to keep an eye on him. She then quietly slipped out of the room and headed to her husband's laboratory. There, she deactivated all surveillance cameras except for the one in the bedroom and completely disabled the alarm system. Before leaving, she noticed a reinforced room that required a passcode to enter. Inside, however, this aroused her suspicion, but she had no time to investigate further. Escaping this luxurious prison was her top priority. Yet, just as she was leaving the garage, her family dog ran out and followed close behind her. Knowing she couldn't take the dog with her, she knelt down and unfastened its shock collar. At that moment, she accidentally bumped into a nearby car, triggering a piercing alarm and causing all the lights in the mansion to suddenly flare to life. Panicked, she fled desperately. She climbed over the perimeter wall, ran through the woods, and finally reached the roadside, where her sister was waiting beside her. She quickly got into the car. Her husband came chasing after them, although terrified. Her sister immediately drove away. Meanwhile, the man stood there, staring thoughtfully at the sedative vial that had fallen to the ground. So weeks passed, and the woman remained in hiding at her brother-in-law's house, barely daring to step outside. Her brother-in-law was a police officer, and staying there gave her a sense of safety. One day, she finally mustered the courage to fetch the man. Yet even the sight of the passing daughter plunged her into a state of extreme fear. No matter how much her brother-in-law pressed her, she refused to reveal exactly what she was afraid of. One day, her sister brought unexpected news. Her husband was dead, and the police had ruled it a suicide. Upon hearing this, she felt a wave of relief and decided to confide in her sister about the real reason for her escape. Her husband was a renowned optical scientist who had developed several cutting-edge technologies. However, beneath his polished, successful exterior lay a terrifying personality. He possessed an intense need for control, interfering in every aspect of her daily life, and even attempting to control her thoughts. The woman feigned deep sleep only after her husband had drifted into a heavy slumber, and she
These creatures have been found living inside the bodies of other animals. The last one is the stuff of nightmares. Number 3, botfly larva. The botfly has a terrifying trick. Instead of laying its eggs directly on animals, it often uses mosquitoes as delivery vehicles. When the mosquito lands on an animal's skin, the eggs hatch and the larva burrows beneath the surface. It then grows under the skin while breathing from a tiny hole. The most painful part is that the animal usually can't remove the larva by itself, unless it falls out naturally or is removed by a human. horsehair worm. Horsehair worms start their lives inside insects like crickets and grasshoppers. As the worm grows, it begins taking control of the insect's mind. Eventually, it forces its victim to jump into water, even though the insect would normally avoid it. The moment the insect reaches the water, a giant worm suddenly crawls out of its body and swims away. What's even crazier is that the worm can be several times longer than the insect it was living inside. Number 1, tongue-eating mouse. This parasite has one of the most disturbing lifestyles in nature. It enters a fish through its gills and attaches itself to the fish's tongue. Then it slowly drains the tongue's blood until the tongue shrivels up and falls off completely. But the nightmare doesn't end there. The parasite then takes the tongue's place and becomes the fish's new tongue. For the rest of its life, the fish eats and lives with a parasite sitting inside its mouth, pretending to be part of its body. These creatures have been swimming over the pathway turned into water. The moment this girl opened her lunchbox and saw noodles, she felt embarrassed. She looked at her friends holding bread and sandwiches and thought everyone was mad at her lunch. A woman suddenly noticed that every time her mother-in-law put food on her plate, she would lick her chopsticks first. This made Anna lose her appetite. She lied and said she wasn't hungry and didn't want to eat. But her mother-in-law thought Anna was just trying to diet. She insisted that Anna eat something no matter what. Anna got upset and asked why there were no serving chopsticks in the house. In her opinion, you must be serving chopsticks to give food to others. Her sister-in-law got upset too. She said Anna was being too picky, but Anna wasn't afraid. She said even worse things. She said the kitchen was like a pigsty and the food was inedible. Because she had checked the kitchen before dinner, she found only one knife and one cutting board. That meant her mother-in-law used the same knife for all meat and cooked meat. And there was only one dishcloth. It was used to clean pots, pans, plates, and the stove. What was worse was that the dishcloth smelled sour. This made her brother-in-law angry too. He asked Anna how many knives and cutting boards she had at home. Anna said she had 4 knives and 4 cutting boards. Each one had a specific purpose, and she also had different dishcloths for different tasks. She also said leftovers and trash had to be thrown out every day, and the kitchen had to be aired out for at least an hour every day. Then Anna went back to her room. She marked 2 X's on the calendar to remind herself that this was her second day of marriage, and she had 2 months and 28 days left until her divorce. Anna had been forced into this marriage by her parents. She decided to stay with Mike for 3 months to keep up appearances. Then she would ask for a divorce, claiming they weren't compatible. But Mike actually liked Anna. He planned to make Anna fall in love with him within those 3 months. Even though he slept in a money box every night, he didn't complain. He was always nice to Anna. Every morning he would fill her basin with water and put toothpaste on her toothbrush. Since they didn't have a bathroom at home, he would go early to the women's public restroom to save a spot for Anna. The neighbors were all jealous. That night Mike saw Anna wasn't eating again. He ran to the store and bought some snacks to help her out. The neighbor approved as soon as he got home, but Anna couldn't take it and refused to eat anything. Mike was worried. The next morning, Mike went to the store again. He bought 2 cutting boards and 4 knives. He told his mother to cook more hygienically from now on and to throw away all leftovers. But his mother was unhappy and called him wasteful. His sister heard the noise and came to see what was happening. Mike told her to clean the kitchen. With Mike's help, Anna finally agreed to eat at the table again. But she noticed that while the kitchen was clean, her mother-in-law hadn't changed her habits. She still licked her chopsticks before putting food on Anna's plate. Anna didn't give in. She refused to eat and pointed out the new problem. A woman suddenly... This one. Suit has no weapons, so I make these fists. Red shrinks. Gorilla knives.
Oh, wow.
Because of this thick, soothing nectar called cordial, it's the key to this soy sauce's flavor. Here in the city, the Gashwadawaju Anne currently draws her latest cordial with a recipe that's nearly 2 centuries old.
で、買ってきて、で、焼いたり、釜に刻んだり、もうこの一つの段階からで醸し出していくっていう。
So, what makes this method work for Swyper? And why is Galabashi soy sauce so expensive?
手のひらから全く醤油の作り方も知らないし、お醤油なんか混ぜたらできるだろうと、まるで言ったのが全然大間違い。
The complexity of this soy sauce is achieved by the mixture of flavors and aging it for years. This traditional recipe allows the company to create flavors that aren't possible in mass-produced soy sauces.
まあ実際の人もお腹いっぱい食べて、パクパクいっぱい食べて、涙とかするように衝撃を受けた感じなんですよ。普通の醤油って結構なんていうの、まあ辛いものだったりとかしょっぱいっていうバランスがするんだけど、そうじゃなくてまず酸味が来るんですよ。
High-quality soy sauce starts with its most basic ingredient, soybeans. This never-ending kernel streams through machinery, steaming soybeans inside.
初めなんかこの中に水が入ってたんですけど、そのなんか水を全部出すのとあった冷たいもともとあった空気と今入れてるあったかい蒸気を全部切り替えるために
It's a slightly simple first step that can make or break the entire product.
これが冷たい空気が中にある状態で豆を蒸しちゃうと豆自体が蒸し具合出来上がりの醤油の味が変わってきたりします。
After 18 hours, Swyper is steaming. The beans should be soft and ready.
蒸し上がっていいと思います。しっかり中は火が通ってるのでいい感じで煮ることに期待します。
To turn steamed soybeans into the well-defined cordial, the beans have to be combined with barley and maize straws. First, heat the pairs of barley in a dry room, dusted with only warm heat.
結構使い当時は召し上がってみると部位が粗いんですよ。
Unlike other soy sauce breweries, Galabashi brings it down to fine powder.
多分こんな感じなんですけど、粗いと、豆に対しての思いつきが最後暗くなっちゃうんですよ。
Gently mixes cordial roasters into the dry barley. Then, the steamed soybeans are hand-tossed with the barley in future powder. The method produces enzymes that break down the proteins and starches in the beans and barley into amino acids and sugars. It's this natural fermentation process that gives artisanal Japanese soy sauce its dark color and distinct flavor.
機械にコンクリートとかの、工事でも同じ味が出ない工程が、ステンレスにかかります。
Kari Okada is the founder of Galabashi. She's the 18th generation of her family to run this business. Galabashi is one of the few breweries in the world that still uses the traditional machine feeding method.
蒸し米の上に麹を振って、3日後はレグラーとして作っているそうです。
Workers monitor the temperature of the cordial every hour during that time.
12時なんですよ。そうですね。一応明日の明けで、僕は仕事の方終わりなんで。
On the first day, Their prey heats the room to raise the flavor's temperature.
0.2
The goal in this set is to beat the Koji to stand the fermentation. By week 2, the fermentation should be so active that the Koji generates its own heat. As it grows, the Koji gets so big it moves.
What's so exciting about the Down AI factory with NVIDIA is that they are empowering our engineers and our technical team to be a part of the design of the tools that are helping implement artificial intelligence.
It needs to be shaken off the mats, dumped to the floor, and remixed to make sure the beans don't stick to each other.
だから酵素の力が強いと分解力が強くて当然うまいそうになる。
The Koji ages in these barrels where it will transform completely.
一応ここがもろみ蔵になるんですけど、
Moroi is the name of the paste-like mixture that will age into the finished soy sauce. It's a mixture of koji, salt, and water. Adding salt isn't just for flavor. Salt protects the koji from microorganisms and bacteria while it ages in seeded barrels.
飲んだ後はやっぱり塩水と麹をなじますために、頻繁に攪拌は入らしてやるんですけど、
But as it ages, they leave it alone, except for occasional stirring during the hotter months.
夏場はやっぱり表面に糖度っていうのが出てくるので、それは醤油にとってはあまり良くないようになってくるので、夏場は週に3、4回とかする時もあります。で一応これが、先週仕込んで
So huge fast. Y'all know I don't be on the internet like that. Like I be on the internet because I work on the internet, but like sitting here scrolling, consuming content, normally no. But I'm doing it right now, and I just want to say, with these days for sure.
Right, pack my husband's lunch. Is it 4 a.m. again? Because if it is, that's going to worry me. Right, we've got some rice and some salmon. 3 bits of salmon. How long's he working for? 300 hours? What is this? It's like a nice little salad mix, I'm guessing. In the nice containers. Ham, cheese and... A sandwich as well? How long's he working for? Oh, that's a lot of lettuce. I don't really like lettuce, but it does, I guess it gives it a little bit of a crunch. You've got some American sliced cheese, some ham, and a decent amount of butter. Do you know, it's not a bad sandwich. Look at the little wrapper. Reminds me of school days, doesn't it? Cocoa Pebbles. They're like Cocoa Pops, but just pebbles. Never seen them. With almond milk. How long's he at work? I'm seeing breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Jalapeno chicken salad with crackers as well. Oh my God, is he gonna, surely he's not gonna finish all, this is a lot of food, you know. We're still going. What is that? Oh, a bit of hot sauce, you know, just a little dip and dab. What are they? More crisp? Okay. I was gonna say, surely we're done. But you know, it's like the geezer's going out for a week, not just for one shift. Fair enough. I'd be lucky if I got a packet of crisps. There's a yogurt in there. We've got a mixture of, is it granola and coconut or cheese? I don't bloody know. A pure protein bar, your vitamins, a little happy note. I need to know if it was all Eden because we're still going. A monster, another energy just for the love of everything.
When you spend 8 hours on someone's hair,
Excuse me.
Open your mouth. Where's the cyclovir?
I'm not on any meds.
Well, you better get some. You got herpes. What do you know? He's got some. Must be your lucky day.
Welcome aboard. Mr. House, you're right here in 2A. Miss Cuddy, you're in the next cabin to the left, 9C. No, I booked 2 first-class tickets. It must be a mistake.
No mistake. You arranged for a $500 fare reduction. Expense problem solved. Oh.
Is anyone a doctor?
Yes. I'll go get her. So you really think I was going to leave you stuck back here for 18 hours? Well, enjoy. With my head in the wine, I can sleep anywhere.
Is that guy really sick?
No, it's all better.
I don't believe you.
Look that way.
Why?
Because you're going to throw up. I don't want it on me. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Hey! Stand up! Don't play the cripple card with me. Let's go into the chair. 200 passengers on the plane. 10 should be gay. 3 should be with child. And 1 should be incredibly annoying with an extra ass chromosome.
House.
Give some iodized salt to protect his thyroid. I'm going back.
House.
This is eiderdown, the warmest natural fiber on Earth, costing around $10,000 or even more. And the craziest part is, it can't be farmed or mass-produced in a factory. To get it, you have to find a special duck sitting on its egg. And even after all that, you only get about 20 to 25 grams of usable eiderdown from about 100 nests. Now the question is, what will you use your own for? This is...
So I was wondering how you get the pistachio out of the shell.
This girl opens a chocolate bar. She breaks off a piece and puts it into her mouth. The man sitting across from her, Cameron, is stunned. He closes his book. Then he also breaks off a piece of chocolate and puts it into his mouth. Poppy looks at this strange man and tries hard to hold back her smile. Then she breaks off another piece of chocolate and puts it into her mouth. Cameron moves the chocolate closer to himself. Then he breaks off another piece and eats it. This time, Poppy cannot help laughing out loud. Cameron says nothing. Soon, Poppy arrives at her stop and prepares to get off the train. Cameron pushes the chocolate toward her and says, "You can have the rest." Poppy only smiles and then leaves. After that, Cameron takes out an identical chocolate bar from his own pocket. Only then does he realize that the chocolate he just ate belonged to someone else. Before long, the two meet again on the train. Cameron explains that he had an identical chocolate bar that day. Poppy smiles and says, "I guess that." To apologize, Cameron shows Poppy the sketch he secretly drew. Now the misunderstanding is gone.
Oh, shit. Hey, Chief, I need to talk to you about something.
Hello again, Deputy Commissioner. Barry, where's your department vehicle?
It's in the parking lot.
Okay, that's not possible because it was just found crashed into a telephone pole in the parking lot of a strip club on Fairview Avenue. Were you drinking during work hours at a strip club?
No, sir.
So you're saying someone stole it?
I don't know what happened to it.
Your story stinks, Terry.
You're not going to believe me. You.
Oh, really? You planned that way? All right, guess what, Terry? You're fired. Clean out your office. Goodbye.
Dad?
This junk's my life. We go talk to Eddie.
Oh, my God.
You guys, what do I do?
Where are you going? I'm going to the Deputy Commissioner's offices. Chief, no!
Dad? Oh, shit.
Why does some bluefin tuna meat look almost completely black? It's not rotten meat. This dark section is called dark muscle and gets its color from myoglobin, a protein that stores oxygen. Tuna rely heavily on these muscles for continuous swimming and need a
This man was accidentally captured and thrown into an alien nursery, and right after, just like the other younglings, he was placed onto the nursery assembly line. Then he got dumped straight into a water trough, rinsed clean of all the filth. But before he could even react, a huge cloud of white powder was thrown right in his face. Turns out it was baby powder the Sac tribe uses specifically for their young. Finally, they fed him a mouthful of Barsoom holy water, which, shockingly, broke the language barrier completely. Now Carter could finally communicate with the Martians. And so, a very special Earthling joined this Martian kindergarten. In the middle of the night, Carter woke up needing to pee, only to find a bunch of little alien kids sprawled all around him, all huddled up against his body for warmth. Carefully, he moved just a little, nudging the younglings aside. Then he tried to break his chains, desperate to escape this place. But then, an alien beast slowly crept closer toward him.
Nice monster, dog.
And this giant pet was actually Ula, the beast trained to guard the young. Once Carter realized it meant no harm, his confidence instantly surged. Breaking free of the chains, he leaped into the air, trying to fly straight out of there. Yet the very next second, Ula appeared right in front of him. Spooked, Carter kicked his legs and scrambled to get away, but Ula stuck like glue, relentlessly chasing him down. And although Ula looked clumsy, it turned out to be insanely fast. No matter how much Carter jumped around, Ula would always land one step ahead, cutting him off. Carter was completely stunned. Realizing he was trapped with no way out, all he could do was use every ounce of strength and leap onto the highest lighthouse. And inside that lighthouse, the Sac tribe was in the middle of a wild celebration. By now, Carter knew he was no match for these people. But just then, Ula burst in yelling, trying to find Carter, and instantly turned the whole party upside down. Right there, Ula got beaten badly by the Sac tribesmen. Carter couldn't stand watching any longer, so he rushed into the crowd to stop him. Except, with just one casual swing of his fist, Carter actually killed a Sac warrior on the spot. And that shocking strength made the chieftain freeze right where he stood. In the end, all the Sacs came rushing at him together and seized Carter once again. The very next day, Carter was tied up tightly and paraded into the square, ready to face the harsh punishment of this savage tribe. But the one truly about to be punished wasn't Carter at all. It was Sola, the one who had taken him in. See, this was an ancient tradition of the Sac tribe. Whenever a child misbehaves, the supervising parent must take the punishment in their place. After receiving the punishment, the chieftain personally warned Sola. If it happened one more time, according to tribal law, she would pay with her life. And looking at the weakened Sola, Carter was consumed with guilt. But at that very moment, a scout shouted a warning about an incoming enemy attack. The Sac tribe in the square instantly scattered in every direction, and the chieftain immediately grabbed Carter, pulling him to a safe zone for shelter. But then... And now it's time for the Cupid Show.
Welcome to the Cupid Show, where love is what you find in heartbreak.
Always order it.
Celebrities who went too far with their outfits on the red carpet. Number 1, Doja Cat. At the 2023 Met Gala, Doja Cat took her stage name to the extreme by literally dressing up as a cat. She wore a hooded dress featuring cat ears and facial prosthetics to transform her face. The most extravagant part was that during red carpet interviews, she refused to speak and would not answer journalists. Number 2, Katy Perry. For the 2019 Met Gala, Katy Perry decided to light up the night by transforming herself into a living chandelier. Her outfit, designed by Moschino, consisted of a silver dress surrounded by a structure made of real lights and crystals. The look was so voluminous and heavy that she could barely move, making it one of the most theatrical moments in the event's history. Number 3, Tyla. At the 2024 Met Gala, singer Tyla shocked everyone with a dress literally made of sand. The Balmain design was so rigid and delicate that the artist could not walk on her own. She had to be carried by several men to climb the museum stairs. The dress sculpted her body as if she were a sand statue, completed by an actual hourglass used as a handbag. Celebrities who went too...
The kestrel had just come home when she suddenly turned around and flew back out. At first she thought she had gone into the wrong nest, but after checking carefully at the entrance, she realized she wasn't mistaken. There was an intruder inside her home. She started screaming for her mate to come back, but she was too angry to wait. She charged straight into the nest and went right for the crows with her talons. The crows quickly backed deeper inside, but the kestrel followed immediately. In one quick move, she knocked...
The recruit found out that if someone suffered from sleepwalking, the army would send them home. So he decided to fake sleepwalking one night. However, the noise he made woke up one of his roommates. The bunkmate watched the recruit snap off a perfect military salute, then bolt out of the room. Thoroughly spooked, he ran straight to the sergeant and reported everything the moment it happened. The sergeant figured the recruit was trying to desert and immediately took his men out to chase him down. By then, the recruit had already left the barracks and made it to the training field. Unable to help himself, he started marching in full parade step. When the sergeant saw this, he was furious and ordered him to go back and rest immediately. No matter how much he shouted, though, the recruit paid him no attention whatsoever. Right then, the officer standing next to him noticed something was off. He saw that the recruit's eyes had that blank distant look you see in sleepwalkers. To test his hunch, he waved his hand in front of the recruit's face and confirmed the guy didn't blink even once. The sergeant still didn't buy it, though, and slapped the recruit twice across the face. To his surprise, the young man didn't react at all. Furious, he was about to hit him again to snap him out of it when his fellow soldiers stopped him. They explained that you're not supposed to hit a sleepwalker. While everyone stood there at a loss, the sergeant suddenly had an idea. He ordered a soldier to bring a bowl of water so they could splash it on the recruit to wake him up. But the second the recruit heard the plan, he reacted instantly. He suddenly pointed toward the barracks, shouted a charge order, then hurried back to his room. By the time the sergeant and the others reached the barracks, the recruit was already lying peacefully in his bed. Everyone finally relaxed at the sight of him safe and sound, so he could sleep soundly. The sergeant even gently took off his boots for him. Little did they know, the whole thing had been a deliberate act on the recruit's part. The next morning, when the recruit woke up, he found all his fellow soldiers gathered around his bed. Turned out the higher-ups already knew about the sleepwalking. The army had decided to send him home. Hearing the news, the recruit was overjoyed. He knew he'd pulled it off. The recruit found out that if someone suffered from sleepwalking, the army...
What? Do I look merry or hungry? I'm not. Make me big again now.
I can. Or two, tops. I shrunk a few of your favorite things from your closet. And your hairbrush. Oh, and I remembered your coffee. Peace offering?
Jesus, the 96? What? Do I look
Are you afraid of him?
Let her answer. Let her answer.
I don't answer that. Latoya kept stealing glances at Jack. She rubbed her knees in fear, as if she was scared he would beat her at any second. In 1987, 31-year-old Latoya hired Jack Gordon as her manager. It became the biggest mistake of her life. Under Gordon's control, Latoya posed for fully nude photos and sold them for tens of millions of dollars. She framed her brother, Michael Jackson, as a pedophile. She also claimed her father had sexually abused her. Whenever Latoya refused to do what he wanted, Gordon would beat her until her body was covered in bruises, and her left eye was almost blind. When she tried to run away, he even threatened her and said, "I will kill you," until 1997 when she finally told her brother the truth about what was happening. He went straight to Gordon's house and took her away.
Are you afraid of him?
His biography.
Did you know Chapter 5 may have secretly revealed the player's terrifying future in Poppy playtime? Most fans think the prototype tried to kill us during the ending, but if you really look at what happens, something feels completely off. After catching the player, the prototype doesn't just leave our body behind. Instead, he drags us straight toward the poppy gel, and honestly, that changes the entire scene. Because if he truly wanted the player dead, stabbing us would have already finished the job. But before this gets disturbing, like this video and subscribe, or the prototype might appears outside your window tonight. Now here's where things become terrifying. Poppy gel isn't just random liquid inside the factory. It's directly connected to experiments, regeneration, and bringing things back to life. The prototype knows that better than anyone, and the game quietly proves it moments later. The player completely blacks out. The death screen appears. Everything should have ended there, but somehow, we wake up again after Giblet shocks us back to life. Which means this was never supposed to be a normal death. The prototype wasn't trying to destroy the player at all. He was keeping us alive inside the one substance capable of changing what we are. And if that's true, then Chapter 6 might not be about escaping the factory. It might be about becoming the prototype's next experiment. Did you know Chapter 5 may have secretly revealed...
Did you know that in that little game where a worm transforms into everything it eats, there's actually a survivor? If you don't know it, the game is pretty simple. You play as this tiny worm, and everything you eat, you become. After eating a frog, a cat, a fish, a parakeet, and even 2 sleeping humans, you turn into this bizarre giant monster. Then you head into the bathroom and come face to face with your final victim. Or at least, that's what I thought. In reality, there's a way to escape alive. First, with the door locked, you set up a trap. You throw toilet paper into the toilet and make it overflow. Then you turn on the bathtub faucet. Opening the cabinet, you find a hairdryer. But the monster comes in right then. Luckily, it slips on the water-covered floor and falls into the bathtub. The problem? It's still alive. So you notice there's an outlet nearby. You plug in the hairdryer and toss it into the bathtub, electrocuting the creature. But then this happens. Yeah, seriously, the monster still has enough strength left for one final attack. So what's the solution? Well, while doing all of that, you also turn on the sink faucet and fill the sink with water. Then you throw the hairdryer into the sink. The electrical surge blows open one of the cabinet doors, revealing a hidden pistol. At that point, you can put one shot in its chest, one in its stomach, and one in its head, just to make sure. Follow me so you don't get devoured.
You have 3 children, right?
Yes.
Can I have their father's names?
Their fathers? No. They have one father.
Do you know his name?
Where are you getting this information?
I'll tell you where he's getting it.
Unfortunately, I think Chris is a crack baby. The mother's a little delusional. Her brain is addled by years of drug abuse and cheap wine spodiodine. She's actually convinced herself that she has a husband who works 2 jobs and that they own a house in the ghetto.
Julius. He's my husband and is the father of my 3 children. He has 2 jobs and we own this house. Are you writing this down?
How often does this kind of thing happen here?
Surprisingly, not that often.
You have 3 children, right?
Yes.
Can I have their father's names?
Their fathers? No. They have one father.
Do you know his name?
Where are you getting this information?
I'll tell you where he's getting it.
Unfortunately, I think Chris is a crack baby. The mother's a little delusional. Her brain is addled by years of drug abuse and cheap wine spodiodine. She's actually convinced herself that she has a husband who works 2 jobs and that they own a house in the ghetto.
Julius. He's my husband and is the father.
That guy really loved canned peaches, and every time he ate, he polished off 2 big jars.
Hope you don't mind, but could you tell me?
Where the hell is the book?
Hope you don't mind, but
Homeless for so long, outside became home. This is how I start my day. In my bedroom, a mosquito pop-up tent. I have to hurry so I don't get caught. Before, we had our tent set up in the woods with camo on it. Now, I take it down every morning. It collapses quickly so I can exit fast. I break down the cot so I leave no trace of someone living here. It takes a little longer to break the cot down. It packs so small I can take it anywhere. So I'm putting it under this tarp where I hide all my other household items. Now I'm ready to go. I've walked 9,000 steps and the day just started, and 10,000 a day is considered healthy. So I'm taking a break. There's Wi-Fi here, and I save money by not paying a phone bill. So I feel free as a bird. I stay hydrated by getting water at Wawa. It's free. And they even have outlets here? Oh, it doesn't work. Well, let's check McDonald's then. Perfect. Now time for a bird bath. This is a single bathroom, so I can do whatever I need to in here. If someone knocks, I leave immediately and then come right back to finish up. I leave my clothes outside of the McDonald's to sun dry and kill any remaining bacteria. I brush and floss my teeth twice a day using this bathroom. Now I'm getting hungry and I don't eat at McDonald's. I'm eating chicken breast. I need good protein. I can't afford to eat unhealthy. Found some new camping spots during my journey. I'm always looking for more. It started pouring, so I found a spot that shielded me from the rain. Now I'm ready for bed. I'm exhausted after all that walking. I hit 27.
What if Henry Emily became bear-trapped? During a performance at Fredbear's family diner, Henry suffered a spring lock failure inside the Fredbear suit, possibly after William Afton sabotaged it. Instead of letting him die, William used Remnant and the Scooper to keep him alive, transforming him into the terrifying Bear Trap. At first, Bear Trap helped Circus Baby and Ennard escape the facility using Michael's body. But after realizing Ennard had become a monster, he turned against William's creations, destroying them before hunting down Springtrap to finally get his revenge. What if
This girl only gave the mermaid a single bite of food. The mermaid then granted her its immortal blood. But to the mermaid's surprise, immortality didn't save the girl. Instead, it tormented her for 10 years. It turned out that the mermaid had been badly injured at the time. It had been washed ashore by the waves. It had thought the girl would bring others to eat it, but she didn't do that. Instead, she brought food to the mermaid every day. She also carefully tended to its wounded body. This kindness made the mermaid feel the urge to swallow her whole and keep her for itself. But when it saw her gentle smile, the mermaid finally gave up that thought. To repay her kindness, the mermaid bit its finger and gave her its blood. The girl gained eternal life because of it, but not long after receiving the blood, the girl and her family were in a car accident. She could only watch as her family perished in the sea. She fell into deep despair. From that moment on, she completely lost hope in life. One day, as the girl passed by the seaside, she was suddenly abducted by a sea monster. When she realized that being eaten might let her reunite with her family, she stopped resisting and quietly waited for death. But in the next moment, the mermaid suddenly appeared in human form and rescued her from the monster's jaws. The mermaid understood that it was the cause of her suffering. Even so, it didn't want to lose her, so it told her, "I came to eat you, but to make you more delicious, you need to stay healthy in both body and mind." The girl believed its words. In order to be eaten by the mermaid, she followed it like a shadow. They played together. They enjoyed delicious food.
Al? Are you smoking again?
No, I am cleaning. Do you smell smoke? No, but Lois, if I wanted to smoke a cigar, I wouldn't be sneaking around like a scared little schoolboy. I would do it out in the open like a man.
That was our third shop vac. That is our last shop vac. Are you crazy?
Loving your wife is crazy, then I'm a drooling lunatic.
Oh, Al.
I accidentally spent $800 on phone sex.
I was doing my makeup in the rearview mirror and I ran over your golf clubs.
I burned a hole in your favorite dress.
You didn't get that promotion because I called your boss a fat ass at the Christmas party.
I lost my wedding ring 3 years ago. This is part of a lawnmower.
Your Aunt Lucy isn't angry with you. She's dead. I just forgot to tell you. Al?
You might see his name on America. Book club.
Just because a guest complained that the bed was too small, the hotel staff cut the bed in half on the spot. This man was sweating heavily from the heat, so a drawer immediately extended 6 fans to cool him down, while also giving him the unique experience of sleeping against the wall. This hotel is really good for people who had insomnia. A picture frame would drop down, instantly putting you into an eternal sleep. But at first, the hotel didn't have any of these services. Guest complaints and checkouts were happening every day. One man tried to put his luggage into a cabinet, but he couldn't open it. In the end, he had no choice but to move the entire cabinet aside just to store his belongings. This long-beard man is even crazier. He was trying to get some sleep, but the pillow was unbelievably hard, and when he shook it, an entire block of cement fell out. Luckily, his beard was long enough, so he just used it as a pillow. Even the beds were incredibly fragile. This unluckiest guest just wanted to take a hot shower, but the faucet released nothing but ice cubes. When he turned on the shower, what came down was actually a flurry of snow. As a result, the staff received many calls complaint, and she was overwhelmed. Just when things were about to fall apart, Grandpa arrived just in time. He quickly entered the storage room, packed all his tools into a wooden box, and took the elevator to the guest floors. He first solved the hot water issue. A simple water heater was assembled in no time, and after connecting to a special shower head, the guest could finally enjoy a comfortable hot shower. He also installed fully automatic laundry systems on every floor. The guest only needed to toss dirty clothes into the machine, and with only just a few minutes, they come out clean and neat. For elderly VIP guests, all they needed was an umbrella. With the help from a fan above, the umbrella would rotate and automatically bringing different foods to their mouths. In the summer, if the weather was too hot, the fire sprinkler system would immediately activate.
My brother and I came from the same mother, but we did not grow the same way at all. No matter what we did, we were always together. But only 2 weeks later, my brother had already become many times bigger than me. When the rain started falling, even the mushroom we hid under could barely cover his body. And being that big soon brought even more trouble. After the rain stopped, I was eating on a branch. But my brother was so heavy, he arrived much later. The whole branch bent down under his weight. I tried to pull him back up, but I was sent flying straight into the air. When I finally...
Oh my God.
Did you notice that Peter's best friend always ends up becoming a villain? Peter's best friend was Harry Osborn in Toby and Andrew's movies, who eventually became the Green Goblin. But in Tom... Why didn't Captain America take a single bite in the shawarma scene from the Avengers? Yet he sat there like the thinker on a toilet, covering half of his face. This iconic scene actually wasn't in the original script at all. After the Battle of New York, Robert Downey Jr. improvised and suggested that everyone go try some nearby shawarma.
You ever tried shawarma? There's a shawarma joint about 2 blocks from here.
That line was originally just a joke, meant to show how exhausted the heroes were after the battle. But the director thought the idea was too good to pass up, so he decided to add an extra scene, letting the 6 Avengers who saved the world without their suits or heroic responsibilities sit down like ordinary people and have a late-night meal after the battle. But then a problem came up. The movie had already wrapped, and all the actors had left the set to begin filming their own new projects. It wasn't until the movie's premiere that everyone came back together to film the scene. But at the time, Chris Evans, who played Captain America, had already started filming another movie, Snowpiercer. For the role, he had grown a thick beard. His look was completely different from Captain America's appearance in the Avengers, but he couldn't shave it off, so the makeup team created a fake chin to cover the beard, but the fake chin didn't look natural. In close-up shots, it was easy to notice the flaw. That's why throughout the entire shawarma scene, Chris Evans kept using his hand to cover his chin. Why didn't Captain America take a single bite in the shawarma scene from the Avengers? Yet he sat there like the thinker on a toilet, covering half of his face. This iconic scene actually wasn't in the original script at all. After
LinkedIn can't stop what's growing in y'all.
One day, a little pig was taken to a slaughterhouse. He thought he was going home, but the sight shocked him. He was so scared that he fainted. When he woke up, he escaped and ran until he reached a huge city. Every street there looked like heaven to him. Beautiful fountains stood everywhere, but one had a butcher statue that scared him again. Then he noticed a boy lovingly hugging a cat and gently rubbing her paw. The pig was amazed. He couldn't believe humans could love cats so much. Encouraged, he decided to enter a pet shop for the first time. Inside, he saw more animals like him. He was excited, thinking someone would surely adopt him too. Soon, a long-haired man walked in. He wanted to adopt a dog. The little pig ran over, grabbed his leg, and tried to look cute, but the man kicked him. Then an old man walked in. His nose looked like a bird's beak, and he was watching a bird. The pig got another idea. He put something on his nose that looked like a beak, hoping to make the old man laugh. But instead, the man got scared, backed away, and adopted the bird. Next, a girl walked in while whistling. When she saw a goldfish swimming in a tank, she fell in love with him. As she was about to kiss him, the little pig jumped in front of her. He hoped someone might choose him this time. Soon, the shop was packed with people. One man walked like a turtle. One girl had rabbit-like teeth, and another man had a body as flexible as a snake. Everyone looked at different animals. The little pig kept stepping forward, trying everything to look cute. It was like a race against the other animals, but slowly, every animal was adopted. The shop was nearly empty, and the pet shop doors closed. Only the little pig was left. He sat quietly on the floor and began to cry. Then a woman walked into the shop. Her nose looked like a pig's nose, and she adopted it. One day, a little pig was taken to a slaughterhouse. He thought,
Naomi's enjoying this.
I am an ancient witch, summoned from my seal by her. All the senior military officers in the room were utterly terrified of me. Only the leader, Amanda, kept her calm and ordered me to display my power. I would never obey someone so weak if she did not hold my heart. But I had no choice but to obey for the moment. The water cup began to shake violently. In the blink of an eye, I appeared beside the general and tossed the top-secret files I had just retrieved from Terran onto the table. I wanted to stay in this world a little longer, but Amanda jabbed my heart sharply with her pen. I screamed in agony and was forced to hand back control to the mortal woman. Her name is June Moon, an archaeologist. Not long ago, she explored an ancient cave during a field expedition. Inside, she discovered the wooden puppet that had sealed me away. It only fueled her curiosity. That was how I sealed for thousands of years was finally set free. I was still weak after my rebirth, so I had to dwell inside June's body. Soon after, Amanda realized the secret. Controlling my heart meant controlling me. She immediately ordered a full-scale search of the ancient cave. In the end, her men found not only my heart, but also another puppet that sealed my younger brother, to keep me firmly under her control. Amanda deliberately arranged Special Forces Officer Rick to monitor June. Unexpectedly, the two quickly fell in love with each other, which created the perfect opportunity for me. One night, I managed to make June wake my spirit up. Rick reacted instantly and tried to call his teammates for support, but I trapped him in a realistic illusion, showing him June lying dead on a hospital bed. Fearing that I would hurt the woman he loved, he chose not to report my escape. I broke into Amanda's bedroom, aiming to take back my heart, yet the alarm system triggered the second I approached the box holding my heart. Knowing I could not retrieve my heart at that time, I changed my plan. I found the puppet imprisoning my brother and broke its seal. I helped him possess the body of a passing man and let him create chaos outside to help me break free. After that, I returned to June's body to lie low. Soon after, my brother walked into a crowded subway station and suddenly collapsed. When guards and medical workers rushed over to help, he instantly drained the life force of everyone present. In an instant, the entire subway train vanished without a trace. I watched as the whole city quickly fell into ruin and chaos. The foolish Amanda finally took...
Out of 38 people in the village, 37 sell cabbage. Only one Do you know what the ponies are afraid of? 1. Princess Celestia is terrified of chickens. In Season 9, Episode 13, she climbs up trees and cowers trembling when she sees regular domestic chickens. She relies on her sister Princess Luna to chase chickens away for her on a daily basis. 2. Spike is afraid of spiders. In the Season 4 episode Castle...
And being a mom of 3 girls with a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. Ooh, Lord Jesus. So you guys, I'm so thankful for my first house. It's a blessing. My babies are loving all of the space, the backyard, and it came with a little bonfire in the backyard, which I thought was very cute because I've always wanted to roast marshmallows over an actual flame. It's gonna be so fun when it gets cold outside. So y'all, this was a good extraction. Like, y'all gonna see. It did have 3 openings, so I was like, I don't know which one to go for first. I tried to squeeze it and see which one was giving us the most. But I enjoyed squeezing this one. When you see me digging in those holes like that, I am trying to loop out an ingrown hair. And it was not trying to give me no hairs. Yeah, it's literally just pouring out like a faucet. Look. That was satisfying. Y'all, I cannot wait to get back to Atlanta. Like I told y'all last week, I learned so much in Atlanta. My coach is everything. Like, just being in the presence of all of those successful people, it just motivates me so much. Like, I have to get back out there. I have to buy her VIP program. And I've been so busy with buying a house and so much stuff, y'all. I just been praying that God bless me to buy this program so that I can get back to Atlanta and learn some more stuff to turn my business up. And he always come through. So I know he's gonna come through for me this time. I'm really excited. I was mad that I couldn't get a hair out of there, but I didn't want to keep digging and digging and digging. So I told her that if it bothered her for like the next couple days, that she could come back and I could try to get the hair again. But If it doesn't loop out after all those tries, then I just figure, hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I'm supposed to be taking a nap right now, but I'm so, excuse me. Yeah, I really glad I tried to sleep out, but I'm so happy and excited. I was glad just performed a miracle in my life. It was a financial miracle, and I really needed it, and I didn't understand how I would handle it, and I had to quit praying while I've been praying about how you remote this journey, and in the journey, the first page says, God will provide, and then I have like 5 scriptures written down that basically, we reinforce that thing that God will provide your every need. And I just been reading it for a week. It's something that I wrote down. I actually have like 5 different pages. I have a prayer for my children, prayer for my marriage, prayer for my husband, prayer for my business, a prayer that breaks generational curses, and I think that's it. And I just make sure that I at least go over them every day and try to spend some time on those particular topics. And I just been needing like a breakthrough, and he literally came through with exactly what I needed. He's so real, and he's so good. If you seek him and just, try to be obedient. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. But I strive to be the best me I can. And even when I don't, when I do sin or mess up, I repent and ask for forgiveness and keep going and never, just try to have good intentions with everything that I do and try to live like Christ. But y'all, I've just been so excited today. And these extractions, they're okay, like I told y'all, they are in real time. I had some people asking me, was that a repeat video? What happened with the last video is it got deleted. YouTube is sensitive with this type of content, so they deleted the freaking video when it was at, I think 200K views. So I had to re-upload it with a disclaimer. This one was pretty cool, but it don't have a half mirror. I'll just let y'all know that now, so that, y'all won't get too excited thinking it's going to be a nice hash, just a good, like a good pop.